And so I believe deep down inside, red pill brothers covertly desire one woman. You know what? I got a confession to make. And here's my confession, right? I'm a former red pill brother. And if you know anything about red pill, that's just we call it MGTOW, right? And I haven't heard that term in a while. But in the heyday or the inception of red pill or the popularity of it, it was known as MGTOW. And so as I stated, I'm a former red pill because essentially I was in a tumultuous marriage. It was very ambivalent, very challenging. I learned a lot about myself when I exited the marriage. I decided to walk away from it after a very long period of being married. And so when I got divorced, I had an opportunity to live on the other side, as in other side of the spectrum, as in dating. So I had the opportunity to meet various women, different personalities, different personality types, different sizes, shapes, things of that nature. And so while I was on my, I guess, as they say, far line from coming to America, I was out sowing my oats. And so when I was out sowing my oats, I actually met my wife, or my current wife. And she helped really change the perception of women, because I was this scorned man. I was this sort of a bitter man in a sense, right? I wasn't this overtly angry man, but I was very nonchalant, very cavalier. I was very non-committal. And several of the women that I did date, we had discussed the prospect of marriage, but because I was non-committal, I just was afraid because I thought that it was going to be like the first time. But meeting my wife, my current wife, she changed my perceptions. And so I believe deep down inside, red pill brothers covertly desire one woman. And I'm going to give you 5 points. And then at the end of the video, I'd like to engage with you. Now, first of all, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Bearded Aquarian, and that's the moniker that I use. This is my channel, The Purple Pill. I'm revamping the channel, so I'd appreciate it if you would press that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell and hit the like, because it will help the video out in terms of the algorithm and to help get the word out about the Purple Pill. So I'm going to give you my first point. First point is going to be illusion of options. And so the illusion of options, because as I stated, red pill men have a variety of women. They have this eclectic array of women of different ethnicities, variety. That's foreign, as in passport bros, and domestic, that's people like us or men like us in the West. And so I think that because they desire variety, which there's nothing wrong with having vitality, nothing wrong with having variety, but it's almost as if you're searching, trying to get different attributes or the desired attributes of a woman or the desired attributes of femininity. So sometimes what we'll do, we'll date several women at a time because one woman may be like a stable woman, like a rock, so to speak. She may have that homegrown quality where she can cook and she just real chill and real relaxed. But then on the other hand, we want a woman that's wild. We like not necessarily, not a challenge, but we want a woman that's just very forthcoming in what she wants. And those women are very adventurous. I call them free spirits, right? And so you're searching for all of that through different women. And if they could find one woman, I can guarantee you, even if it's one of the most famous red pill brothers that you see on YouTube, different content creators, not gonna throw names out there, you would clearly see if they could get one woman, and I call them 1%ers because they're very rare, because you can get all of that in one woman. Now, the second point is when you become engaged, or excuse me, married to your purpose. See, that's really the key. That's what happened for me. Things started to get kind of old for me, right? I had variety, but I was more like emotionally fatigued because, like I said, some of these women wanted me to commit, and then you're trying to see different women at the same time. And then it gets to a point where you're just exhausted because you can't keep up that charade. And so I decided to go about my way in terms of my purpose. And so as I decided to go on my purpose, as I stated, when I was out here, I transitioned or pivoted. I actually ended up meeting my wife. And again, I didn't know she was going to be my wife, but again, I ended up meeting her. So when you stop chasing variety and your own purpose, guess what? You'll actually attract a 1% woman. Now, I'm going to drop another video about the traits of the 1% woman. So I want y'all to watch that video. I'm working on that. I'll be finished with it real shortly. and I'll go ahead and upload that so the fellas can take a look at it and tell me what y'all think. Ladies, also, y'all tell me what y'all think as well. Now, the third one is, and I actually alluded to the third one actually in the second point, is you get bored. I got bored. Every man's different. Some man vitality is in chase and tail, the variety, just having something different. And there's no issue with that. I have no fault. I'm not judging at all. But you start to get bored. You start to get, what am I doing, right? Because what if you conceive a child? And I'm the type of brother, if I conceive a child, I like to wake up and see my kids. I want to be there 24/7. I want to be there. I don't want to be where, oh, we got to do 50, or it's just one of those things where we hooked up and we can see the child. That's a detriment to the child, because a child should have both of its parents. They should participate in that child's life. Now, sometimes things don't work out, things happen, but you do your best to make sure that you're in your kid's life. So the third one was you get bored. And I'm certain that some men, they probably have when they're being introspective, and probably when they're alone, when they're thinking, they more than likely, they get bored and, what am I doing? I need to take a break. I need to step back. Fourth one, again, I'm alluding to them all sort of in the previous point, is the 1% woman. Now, a 1% woman, you're not going to find them on social media, because those women are so, they have a definite purpose and they're operating in their purpose. So the old saying, the old proverb is, you attract what you are. So if you're on your purpose and she's on her purpose, I can guarantee you that you are going to collide. You are going to meet that 1% woman. These women are not women that have been out here in these streets and just carrying on and just unmarried and just jumping down with every type of guy. And so you'll be able to tell her aura, her energy. You'll be able to tell that because it's a polarizing, it's a radiating kind of feature. And they have this kind of calmness about them. And so one thing I remember OG telling me, and he said that if you meet a woman, this is what he told me. He said, you meet a woman, before you go meet her, if you got to go to the hub, right? And without being overly descriptive, because YouTube might try to censor the video, is you got to go to the hub and take care of business, do that, and then go hang out with that woman. And if she cool, if she down to earth, if you enjoy being around her, then that's a woman that you want to keep her around, because you want to observe, you want to go further in deeper layers with her to really find out what she is about. Now, sometimes it works and sometimes it don't, but he made a key point about a 1% woman. You're going to feel a sense of peace with her. It's going to be easy. It's going to be effortless. It's not going to be where she's non-submissive, she's uncooperative, she don't want to do this, she don't want to do that, and it's all about her. And trust me, I've had an opportunity after marriage number one to have a different variety of women, as I alluded to earlier. The fifth and the final point, and this video is going to be over, is going to be redemption. And so I believe that red pill brothers can become purple pill brothers, which essentially is the desired attributes of a blue pill male, not the simp part, but just finding that loyal woman, the woman that cares for you and is there for you, and she is in her complete femininity element. That's what, right? All males, I believe, start out as blue pill males, and then you're either going to go black pill, you're either going to go red pill, or you're going to be a convert like me, and you're going to go to purple pill. And so I believe that redemption for any man is possible if you go about your purpose. I'm going to use an example, or use watching an interview with Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson talked about how he would this is the earlier Mike, but he talked about how he would abstain from sex. He would abstain from that for when he was training. So he would train 8, 9, 10 months and then go and knock somebody out in 30 seconds. And then he said once he was done with the fight, he would go back right to his implementing his vitality with a variety of women. But the key point is that he took himself out of the game and he became focused. And so the moment you become focused, the moment you take yourself out of the game, right? Because the soul time is it's a spiritual event, right? And if you can abstain from that, if you can no fap, if you can do those things, you're going to get mental clarity. You'll find your purpose, because you have to understand, where am I going and what is my purpose? And you won't be able to do that because women, they're competing priority. So if you eliminate women for the time being and you go about your way, I can guarantee you that you will attract a 1% woman. Remember, I told you earlier, they're not on a lot of them are not on social media. If they are, they have a very modest page. They might have 1 or 2 pics of themselves, but they're gonna have a bunch of other stuff up there. And read the stuff, read it. They may have something up there about they want to be a wife one day. I can't wait to have my husband. It looks good, right? But then once you attract that woman, you'll find out if it's just fluff or if it's just some substance to it. So I believe I'm done. And hopefully that this video was useful to you. If it was, I'd appreciate again that you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And don't forget to check out the next video. I'm working on that upload, and that's the characteristics and traits of the 1% woman. I also have 2 ebooks that I'm getting ready to release, and it's called How to Attract Your 1% Woman. For the ladies, it's going to be How to Get Your Boaz. I'm Bearded Aquarian, and this is the Purple Pill. I'm going to see y'all on the next video. I'm out.